Okay. So I don't believe in putting people on a pedestal. And because the reason I feel that way, because I remember back in 2020, I met this guy, very kind guy, very genuine guy. And, I met him, I went into a Family Dollar. He was working there, right? And he stopped me because he loved the jewelry that I had on. I mean, the jewelry was made by yours truly, yeah. So he liked it. And then after that, he started buying jewelry from me. And at that point, I was thinking, yeah, this guy, he's probably trying to fuck. He's probably just want to fuck. He probably trying to get to know. He's probably just trying to fuck me or whatever. And so as time goes by, he never tried. He never tried, So we that day we exchanged social medias, and I gave him my jewelry page and everything. He started buying jewelry from me. And he also followed my regular page that I post my positive videos, because at this time I was posting very positive videos and things like that, healing videos, right? Jersey Mike's again. I put extra pickles. Mm. So yeah, so he was buying jewelry from me and everything. So he started watching my videos, my positive videos. And so he just assumed that I had everything together, And when I went through his social media, I noticed he did music, and a lot of his music was sad music. So I'm assuming, oh, this guy's broken. He's been through some shit in life. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay. This guy, he looked, the way his hair was, he reminded me of art. He looked like art to me, Very genuine kid. Very genuine kid, right? And so we got to know each other, and he just always put me on a pedestal. He treated me like I was famous. He treated me like, even the way he looked at me, I didn't think he had a crush. I just really think that he just put me on this pedestal. So me knowing and me feeling like this guy's been hurt a lot in his life, I, tried to be perfect whenever I was around him, because I believed that that would help him out, because I felt like he was a hurt kid. Mind you, I think I'm about 6 years older than this kid, and we clicked just like that. So I'm thinking, okay, around him, I feel like I got to be perfect. He didn't even know my name. He just called me Goddess, because that's where he seen my social media. I call myself Goddess, and he called me Goddess like it was my real name. And I liked it. I kind of liked the way he was treating me. Then there was a point, he was like, he would always ask me, how do you stay so positive? How do you stay so positive? And I'm giving him reasons on why I stay positive, because I've been through this and that. But deep down, I'm like, I'm not positive all the time. I'm not always positive. Remember Nihai? I know someone who would call this poverty pop. But he would always ask me, how do I stay so positive? And deep down, I'm like, I'm not always positive. I go through things too. And so the reason why I don't put people on a pedestal like that, because sometimes you don't really know what people go through. Sometimes that is a lot of pressure on a person. You putting them on a pedestal, you're thinking they're perfect. So sometimes that'll get that other person to feel like they have to be perfect. I need y'all to understand nobody's perfect. Everybody's going through something. And mind you, at this time, this young man, he was drinking a lot. He was going through a lot. He had a lot of personal things going on in his life that I will not mention. But the hurt that this young man experienced, I salute him. He's been through shit that I couldn't imagine going through. So I feel like, damn, he's looking up to me, thinking I got everything together, thinking I got all the answers. But I'm looking at him like, young man, you don't even know what's coming for you in the future. You don't even know how bright your future is going to be if you're consistent with your dreams and things. This is what I'm thinking about him. I'm like, he does not even realize his strength. So I felt like it was my job to, help him. So I stayed in this high vibe around him to help him. And then we lost contact for a couple of years. He left town, then he came back, and then he was just totally different person. Totally different person. Didn't drink anymore. He's fully vegan. And it was to the point where I was like, wow, now I'm looking up to him. I need some answers, So, and I'm not putting him on a pedestal because I know he doesn't have all the answers either. I experienced this a couple years ago with this guy, and he thought I had all the answers when I really didn't. So I do not. So I made sure I didn't put that pressure on him to think that he just had all the answers and things like that, because we all fall short. We all have new journeys, and we go on new journeys all the time. But sometimes we fall short and we go back to our old ways because you just never know. And that's another thing about content creation. A lot of times when you're doing all the work, I heard raw onions are really healthy for you. But yeah, like I said, content creation, when you're doing all the work, like for instance, for example, me, I love doing content creation. I love recording my videos like I'm doing right now. I love it. I love it. It's a passion. I love doing it. But sometimes you get burnt out. Sometimes you get burnt the fuck out because you're doing everything. I have to record the videos. I have to go through and edit the videos. And there's times where I've recorded videos with people and the videos are over an hour long and I can't edit them. So it takes forever to edit. So then I get burnt out. Now I have to start, I'm looking for laptops, getting the wrong ones. I'm always in a rush, and then I'm getting the wrong things all the time. So, like I said, it takes a team. If you are building something that's bigger than yourself, it takes a team to kind of, build it. You can build it alone, but it's going to go really, really slow. It's going to be tough. You're going to be discouraged. You're going to be non-consistent. And that's what happens in this field, especially when you're doing it alone, because me doing everything, I have to edit everything. I have to do everything with my content. So I get tired and then I just stop. I stop out of the blue, and then when I feel the need, I feeling creative, I do it for about a good couple weeks, few weeks, maybe even a month. Then I stop because you get burnt out. And the guy I was just talking about, the one who put me on this pedestal, we literally just had this conversation the other day. The shit is hard, but if you truly believe in what you're doing, you're going to get to where you're going. So like I said earlier, you don't have to. Just be yourself. You don't have to feel like you got to fit these shoes that everyone is putting you in. Everyone got this idea of you, and this idea of you is, probably beyond what you can handle. But because everybody feel this way about you, you feel like you got to step into that box. You don't have to. We are humans. We get tired. Okay? We get tired. It is okay to say, man, I can't do it right now. I can't do it right now, So keep that in mind. It is okay to take a break. It is okay to take a break. Do not overwork yourself. Sometimes it's helpful to just sit and do nothing. Let your thoughts just ramble, meditate. Just do nothing. Let life happen. Just be in the present moment, Something about these onions, baby. Just let life be. Be intentional with the choices that you make, but go with the flow. That don't mean just let everything just happen for you, but just let life happen. The shit that you cannot control, don't focus on that shit. Do not focus. Whatever you can't control, don't focus on it. Because it's not going to do you any good. Because you don't have control over it. Excuse me. So why waste your time on something you have no control over? Makes no sense to me. It's a waste of time. So put the energy into what you do have control over. And we all know what that is. Stop feeling like you got to control everything, And for those of you who think I'm just eating this shit every day, I'm not. I only record these eating videos when I have a leg day at the gym, because leg day is the day you should eat the heaviest. To me, I eat the heaviest on leg day. So it is what it is. So like I said, just let life happen. We have no control over people. We have no control over people. So if you feel like you got to control a person, that person shouldn't be in your life. Excuse me. And I'm serious. A lot of times people are upset because they try to control everything. If you feel like you have to control shit, then you really have no control. If you gotta feel like you have to force things or you have to do shit, you have to make people scared of you in order to control them, you have no control. You don't feel like you have control if you got to use fear. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you have to use fear to control people, then you feel deep down that you have no control. Because why would you need to use fear to control people? That's manipulation. And those of you who put a lot of fear into things that you can't control, understand, fear is faith in what you fear. Because we all know that with fear, there's focus. And we know that what we focus on manifests, okay? Okay? What you focus on manifests. So fear is only focusing on what you don't like or what you don't want to happen. That's what fear is. Fear don't get you nowhere. Fear only gets you to do things that you probably normally wouldn't do, but you're only doing it out of fear, you know? So keep that in mind. Fear is faith in what you fear. Just control your emotions. Don't control people. Control your emotions and control yourself. And guys, control your dick. Okay? Control your dick. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers that always say, we can't help it, it's a man thing. No, you just lack control. It is what it is. You can't control your dick. Shit. But anyway, we ain't gonna get on the man's case right now. We ain't gonna get on y'all case right now. Something about a soda burning my throat. I love it. I fucking love it. Jersey Mike's have some really, really good pickles. I am not a pickle person. But when I first had Jersey Mike's, which was a few weeks ago, and I got their pickles, I usually don't get pickles, but I'm like, you know what? I, for some reason, had a taste for pickles. And it scared me because I'm like, why do I want pickles so bad? Am I pregnant? I better not be fucking pregnant. But a little Red Riding Hood came and saved the day a couple weeks later, so I was all good. But anyway, Yeah, I'm like, why do I want pickles so bad? And then when I got home and I ate it, I recorded myself eating it too. I'm like, oh my God. It's actually the pickles that's making this sandwich pop like it is. I couldn't believe it. And usually when I like something, I keep going back and getting it till I get tired of it. And the next 3 times I went to get Jersey Mike's, they didn't make it how I wanted it. It wasn't like the first time. That's how I know it's like I need to stop being compulsive. Because the second time I went, they forgot to add onions. I forgot to add the onions because I didn't see them. I kind of went when they were closing, and I didn't see the onions, so and when I got home, I'm like, fuck, I need the onions. The onions are very, very important. So it wasn't right. The next time I went, they didn't have white bread. So I chose that one type of white bread with the cheese on top. And it just wasn't hidden right. And the first time I had extra mayo. The second time the second time I didn't have, the second time I didn't add extra mayo because I thought it was messy. But then when I ate, I'm like, I should have had extra mayo. So the third time I did add extra mayo, but they didn't have plain white bread. They had the white bread with the cheese on top. And that bread, I just didn't like it. Wheat would have been better. And then the third time after that, they did add any mayo, but that was my fault. So it just never was right. So the last couple of times I went and got some Jersey Mike's, it was perfect. It was perfect. And then for some reason they can never add enough pickles. So I always get a side of pickles, because the pickles be hitting, baby. The pickles be hitting. So I'll be adding extra fucking pickles on it. And it gives it that nice crunch, baby. It does. So, again, like I was saying earlier, give people grace. We're not perfect. None of us are perfect. So, stop judging people. I love onions. If you know me, you know I love me some onions. And I think I've had enough Jersey Mike's. It's about time for me to give them a break. On to the next. And when I find something I like a lot, I'm going to keep eating it till I'm done. Till I get tired of it. So, but it's still great. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day.